So through the nose?
Yeah.
Out the mouth?
No, just nose.
Through the nose? Out the nose?
Out the nose.
Through the nose? Out your ass?
Hey, can you hear us now, Tom?
Oh, beautiful.
Dear God, he can hear you.
Beautiful.
You sound like God talking to me.
Oh, Jesus.
Son of a.
Is that the way you get your women? You just give them like really good compliments?
Yeah, and they just run away.
They just run away.
Wow.
I heard you have to play more hard to get before they come after you. Not too nice to them. But you're the expert with that.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right about that. Hey, can you smell it, Tom?
Can I smell? Cara?
Can you smell the air in here?
Oh, why do I feel like I know where you're going with this?
Can you smell the estrogen that's in
Yeah,
here?
you're not on your period, are you?
No, but can you take it? You can taste it in this room right now.
Yeah.
It's so thick. I'm transitioning.
Shut up. Everybody has their days.
You can call me Leah.
That's
Easy,
funny.
Tom. Easy.
Okay.
We need you on the podcast today. So
Yeah, I don't need 911 yet.
I feel really bad about that.
Yeah.
Hey, hi guys. How you doing?
I'm good.
Can you even hear him? He's so far away.
I'm doing good.
You doing good, Charles?
No, Cara sounds like she's right next
Here's
to
a
me.
fucking mess. She's a disaster. She walked in and she's been a disaster. Now she's got mosquitoes attacking her.
No, really.
And guess what, Tom?
What's
There are
that?
no mosquitoes here.
Baloney. That's crap right there. There's mosquitoes here. I've seen them and killed them.
She's
Wow.
like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know either. Today's the day.
It's one of those things like even if I stay quiet, I'm gonna get in trouble.
I need like chocolate ice cream or something.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. I was in here for like 5 seconds. I was like, oh, she's on one. She's in the mood.
Anyway, so we're gonna try to do this.
Hey,
Okay.
you got any holes right there?
Yeah, of course, Princess.
Yeah, give me one. Did you eat them all?
No.
Oh, thank God.
One for you, Charles.
Keep it coming.
I just need to take out some pressure.
One for you.
Thank you.
Tom, would you like a Halls?
That's okay. Yeah.
Okay, so hi Tom.
Hi. Good
How are
afternoon.
you?
Oh, good. How are you guys?
I'm doing great.
We're
Great.
still working on. We're still working on some sound issues.
Why is
Okay.
that not moving now?
Why is what not moving?
The sound.
Son of a.
I'm not understanding, but he could hear us though.
So we have to get you, Leo, to come down and
Leo, talk.
Yeah, when is that?
every Friday, 3:30 to 8.
Do I just get to see cars?
No, there's a bunch of older women.
Oh my! Are they
Just
older
picking
than
it
the
up.
cars?
Hey, hit your mic.
Some probably, unfortunately. Yeah.
Harder.
Spank that shit.
Is it working?
I don't know. It's not like I could hear everybody clear as day.
So what's the issue?
So it probably is working, right?
Sure.
But is it reverberating?
It's not picking up anything on here,
Wait.
which is scaring me.
Talk.
Talk.
Talk more.
Talk more.
Talk more.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Now it does.
What'd you do?
Better? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a tent, Tom?
Yeah, but that's loud. I could hear like the air.
Do you have a tent?
Yeah, it's too loud.
No, I have a treehouse in my backyard, remember?
Oh yeah. Because you might need one for today's podcast. I don't know when we're gonna get started.
Yeah, that's
I have a
super
fan
loud.
over here.
So it's
Is that
working.
better?
It's
Okay,
just
let's
no
just say
need
it's
to do the
working.
light, right?
It's working.
Wait,
Is it-
does he sound good? Or should now we just messed up all
Go,
the
Leo.
sound?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
So loud.
This
Yeah,
is gonna be the podcast. We're gonna say testing 1, 2, 3.
For the whole thing. That'll be
The whole thing.
educational.
Hello.
Yeah.
Your voice is different.
Yeah, you know,
Yours
so
are
different.
Okay,
my mother's going to be 95 next week, Tuesday.
is that right? Hey,
And
what's the secret to her success besides you?
Being Polish, I think.
Really? Is that? Does she have a positive attitude or
Oh, great.
positive outlook in life?
Totally. And tough as a warrior, boy. I mean,
I think that's important to be.
Yeah, you're
tough,
right. yeah.
Has she ever smoked or drank or eaten a
No.
lot of sugar?
No. She has a little high blood pressure, arthritis, that stuff. But, blood pressure, fine,
Does she exercise or do anything like that on a regular basis?
She goes for a walk, a little
Yeah.
walk every day. Not far, but
I mean, I met her. She was a lovely lady.
yeah, thank you. Yeah.
95 years old. That's amazing.
And she's still driving.
Is that right?
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Wow.
No, it's
Can you see all three people on there?
I can.
Do you want it all three, or do you
Yeah.
want it every time we talk?
No.
No, let's just keep us all on.
Why does no one like that? I like that.
Well, let's just do it your way. You're the producer.
No. Well, you
No,
guys all,
no,
you
no,
guys
no.
all like it this way. That's fine. Like Jim and Dean like it this way as well.
Oh, they do?
You like it. She likes
I like it anyway. I go both. I go. I'm very easy to please.
So, Leo, what's
Yes,
the best supplement for nitric oxide?
Cialis, Viagra, and the other one. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the best. That's what it is. It produces a high degree of nitric oxide.
Oh, so
And I still use it. I use it since we're talking now, seriously. I used it when I had my strokes.
yeah.
I actually came across some research from Johns Hopkins University,
Yeah.
and they were using it on people who had some really bad strokes, and they got remarkable results.
With the Viagra or just?
Yeah. No, Viagra and Cialis, because
Wow.
it produces nitric oxide. So as you know, it opens up the
Yeah.
arteries, right?
Right.
So that made sense to me. So
Yeah.
I've been on that regimen ever since I had my strokes.
Wow. What about if
And
you?
I think it's part of the reason why I recovered so well.
Yeah,
Because it makes sense, right?
it does totally.
Yeah. Gets more blood to your brain and your whole body. Why were
Yes.
you asking?
No, because I see a lot of supplements now that are just nitric oxide,
Yeah.
and I wonder if those are any good.
Well, I would say that the best one would be beetroot powder.
What is it?
Beetroot powder.
Oh yeah, beet,
That's probably your best one.
and it has nitric oxide in
Yeah.
the beet, the
Yeah.
powder.
But nothing as good as the Cialis.
Really?
You know, the thing about that is now they took it doesn't you don't have to have a prescription to get Cialis anymore. Have
Really?
you heard of those, no. Have you heard of those websites? One is called Roman.
Okay.
Have
Yeah,
you heard of
yeah,
that? Roman,
Yes, I have.
there's one called
Okay.
Hims,
yeah.
and you can order right from there. You do online consultation with the doctor. It's really easy.
Now, what about with? I
Uh,
heard oysters have a lot of nitric oxide.
Yes. Yeah, and they're supposed to have something that helps men's libido.
Nitric.
Um,
I mean, oysters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, you can get like you can get the Cialis in a just like I said over the phone, no prescription,
Yeah.
easy to get, and it's cheap.
And you
These,
never. I always hear about all the side effects. From it.
No,
How's that, princess?
no, you can control that with dosage.
With what?
Dosage. You don't.
Oh yeah, yeah.
the
I see.
dosage.
Yeah,
I would
see.
say that if you're concerned, in the beginning, you should be.
Yeah.
It's just take like 20 milligrams.
I
They
see.
come in 20. You can get them in 20 milligram strength dosages, but you can work it up to 100
Yeah.
milligrams. It just depends on
Yeah,
how
I
sensitive
see.
you are. So
Do you
But yeah,
need to do anything
I
else?
would go with myself. If you wanted to get the best effect,
Yeah.
I would go with that generic Viagra.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you're still taking it now?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I take it twice a week, and because it's part of my supplementation regimen.
Yeah, I see.
You know?
I see.
And
Right.
then what you'd want to do is take fish oil.
Fish, yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, you should take fish oil every day Take 4,000 milligrams. You can go up to 6,000 milligrams.
Yeah.
And what that's going to do is soften up your arteries.
Right.
So your heart doesn't have to work as hard.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
And
Anyway.
coconut oil, pretty good too, right?
I don't know. I don't like that.
You guys ready to get this thing started?
Oh,
We're
you
good to go.
are you in a rush or something, Cara?
Well,
She only has 30 minutes.
no, I'm just letting you know we're golden. Mike's good.
Everything's
Video's
good now?
Everything's good.
All right. Very good. Hey, well, Tom, welcome back to Fishbowl.
My pleasure. Always
This
great
is where
pleasure
life,
being here.
this is where life happens, man.
Yes, it is, boy.
This is it right here. It doesn't get better than this being with Cara, Charles.
And you, Tom.
Yeah, the
didn't say
crazy
Tom.
And you, Tom,
Muzilla.
of course.
Yeah,
That
thank
was,
you.
that was a given. Hey, look, this is a perfect show because Cara's in such a mood that I think we all need to learn how to breathe
Yes.
to be able to deal with her. And I know that you're an expert in this. So why don't we start with some techniques that you use? And I don't know, I'd like to know like the kind of benefits that these techniques have. But I'll let you run with this. And
Yeah.
I know we talked about maybe actually teaching us how to breathe on camera, which would be
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, we could do that.
So it's your show, buddy. Go get
Okay.
them.
Okay, the first thing, as they say in all arts, like breathing is the connection between mind and body. You know, I mean, look at you in lifting and bodybuilding. When you push a weight, you're exhaling. You know, if you push a car, you're not sucking air in, you're exhaling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they always use breathing for connected to movement kinesthetically in your body too. So if your mind's in the right state and your body's in the right state and you have the correct breathing, your mind and body become one, a harmony, whether it's a sprinter, you know, a martial artist, a dancer, anything. That breathing has to go very natural with the movement. But there's more than just the breathing. Breathing is one aspect, but your state of mind is another element, which your breathing can change your state of mind immediately. That's why when somebody's very phobic or excited or anxiety, you know, they'll say, okay, stop, take a breath, a big, deep breath. So it calms your body, your mind down with that breath. Because, you know, when you start hyperventilating, go, your breathing comes up in the upper chest and power goes in your shoulders. And you want to get your breathing down. See, they have a saying, we talked about this last time a little bit, but a normal person average person breathes 16 times per minute. An expert in some art, martial art, could be bodybuilding, anything, breathes 8 times per minute. And a master breathes 4 times per minute.
Yes.
So what they're doing is just using the breath more efficiently, economically. And I think I mentioned last time, even in Sanskrit, ancient Sanskrit with Upanishads and stuff like that, they have a saying, we only have so many breaths in our life, whether it's 23,556,000. And the more we use those breaths faster, we die. You know, that's how they think, that biorhythm kind of in life.
Yeah.
So the more you can be efficient with breathing, not just holding your breath all the time, but it can't be forced, the more you can last your breathing, and it doesn't overwork your body, like you just mentioned with your heart and arteries being softer that way, you know, because breathing takes advantage of your body completely and can make it do anything it wants. And there's even some monks, they're called Rakan monks of Japan. They were incredible. I mean, they would do, can you imagine this? They would do a marathon every day for 7 years.
So like a marathon, is that like how many miles?
Yeah, like 26 miles.
Every day?
Every day. And then they had a certain breathing. They'd go as they're moving.
Yeah.
And it was a very efficient way. They always, all these old records I read about these monks, that breathing was one of the main keys that got them through moving very efficiently and powerfully. And all they have is a couple of like balls of rice. 3 balls of rice a day, if that, as they're doing this. And this is incredible. There's there's a book on them. I have it here somewhere, but they had like, maybe 25 monks that did 7 year, and they have stages. Then there was like 2 or 3 monks that did 14 years. A marathon every day, 14 years. Can you imagine? I mean,
No.
And then there's one guy left. I don't know if he's still alive. He did 21 years. And he claims that his breath was the key in doing it. Not physical conditioning, this and that. Like his breath made him in better condition the way he used it. Very efficient, economical. And they asked him, on a Western interview journalists, they asked him, well, what did you get out of it? What did you experience? He goes, number one, that God was with me every step of the way. So somehow he was tapping into universal energy or the Earth's magnetic field in a way, and it wasn't just through breathing. I think because the Earth's magnetic field, has an energy, and somehow through the breathing and state of mind, he tapped into it,
Yeah.
So, very interesting, So with the breath, there's, I did Kundalini yoga off and on for 20 years. They are probably the main focus breathing techniques. Of course, they have mantras, chanting, that kind of stuff, but they have 100 different dynamic breathing techniques for specific things. And, most important thing is just to keep calm and relax. And then we have a saying, like in martial art, usually a person that has a lot of stress, anxiety, breathes in their shoulders here. More average person breathes in their lungs. Then better breathe in lower lungs. But the best, in Japanese, they call it a tanden point, 4 inches below your navel point, which is supposed to be one of the 7 chakras. And you breathe in from there. And, obviously air doesn't go there, but you push your air down to connect with that chakra. And you breathe from there. And that's the best one for physicality.
Yeah.
To do kinesthetic things and power things.
Does it make a difference if you breathe in through your nose versus your mouth?
Yes. And there's certain techniques that you do, but most of them is better through your nose, the majority. There's a few where you breathe in and exhale mouth, like I think women do with being pregnant and stuff too, because they exhale through their mouth because they want to exhale faster, quicker, so they can inhale again slower through the nose. And, the most important one I've seen is called Qi, like we talked about last time. Qi is Chinese for internal energy, and Ki, Ki, is internal energy in Japanese. And then in Sanskrit, Indian, they call it prana, life breath.
So do they get to the same point?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, it's not a different technique?
No, they're all talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
And we could do that right now. Like with the Qi breathing, it's you breathe in only through your nose, exhale through your nose, but you hold it back in your throat, like a teapot building up steam. So it makes a hissing sound. So for example, I don't know if you can hear me, but if I go like that, but you don't breathe in your lungs, you breathe in lower abdomen.
Okay, wait. You have to try it, Leo.
Okay, so in through the nose?
Yeah, in through your nose.
Like the deepest breath ever?
Yeah, way low in your lungs.
Low, Leo.
Okay.
Are you supposed to breathe out? Because that's what the noise
breathe
is.
it.
That's what I sound like when I have a bowel movement.
Yeah.
Is it like that? Seriously?
Seriously, yeah.
I was like turning red.
But you
Is
don't
that
hold
normal?
it. You breathe in. Try not to make a sound, but it's a hissing sound more with the air being held back in your throat. Okay,
Charles?
now.
No.
So you got to try it.
Wait,
Let
so
me take the speakers off while it sounds stupid.
we're all
Okay,
going to
so-
sound stupid. But wait,
You may not even hear anything
I
extra.
swear
It
you're
may sound
breathing out
like
when you make the noise, though.
a hissing sound. Like a hissing sound. When you
No, I just
exhale,
hold it once I get in. Are you supposed to let it out?
Yeah.
Yes. Right
But you
after.
let
Yeah,
it
like
out.
a teapot.
Yeah, like a teapot.
Okay.
So what happens then? You
I
focus
don't
that.
think you guys are doing it right. It looks like they're struggling to breathe.
Yeah.
Do it right
Tom,
then.
no, Tom, go ahead and do
I
it.
tried and I couldn't either. I was like, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting the breathing out part.
So
Yeah.
Tom, do it again, because to me, it looked like you were starting to turn red. You weren't?
No. Okay, so
Fuck.
I do that when I'm mad, I think.
So let me see this
I
again.
think I do this
so for
breathing when I'm
example,
mad.
let me
Okay,
move back
we're
a little
watching
bit.
you now,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, see what I would do. Let me see. I go. So what I'm doing.
Wow. You make that look so beautiful.
No, seriously, you know what happens is your eyes change.
Oh yeah.
You turn into something else.
You notice I'm looking up too,
Yeah.
right? Like we
Yeah.
talked about last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it takes your mind out of your body. So what I'm doing, I'm breathing. I'm thinking more of an energy, not just breath. But as I exhale, I imagine I have little tubes that come up through my hand, and there's holes here. In my exhale, I see it visually coming out my fingertips and shooting straight up to the sky like a laser beam.
So how do
Can
you
you try
actually
it?
learn? I mean, you can't learn this overnight.
Get your inner chi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it takes practice like anything else to get more your mind, body, breathing together as one. Then the more you get as one, the more chi you can develop, and it's stronger, and you can focus any part of your body. Like in karate martial
You
art,
have to make the noise.
we would do it very explosive. So I'd go right at the end of punch. That ki, that spirit shout is projecting your ki, your chi.
So you're using this in a couple of different ways. You're using this to calm yourself down,
Yeah.
but you're also using this when you get ready to knock the fuck out of somebody. Is that right?
Yes, exactly.
At the very end.
So it's
Or-
like a hiss, right? It's a hiss,
Yes.
like a kind of thing.
Is that
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But you got to visualize that it's building chi up, and like that point below your navel point, that's like the sun of energy. You feel like and more energy going there. Like when they do Tai Chi,
Yeah.
and you imagine you have this chi coming in here, and you have a ball of energy.
I swear I do this when I'm getting mad, or like trying to calm down.
That shit looks pretty cool on camera when he's doing that. No, it does.
Yeah.
It does. You make it look really like graceful.
Yeah.
But I guess
can.
you have to suck at first to be really good, right? At this?
Yeah. Like anything, there's different levels.
I think you're nailing it. But then you relax at the end.
You're supposed to,
following
right?
through.
Yeah.
You're supposed to relax at the end, right?
Yeah.
And
No
do it over
tension.
again.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Just continuing. Your eyes change. You look like a warrior.
A warrior?
Yeah.
Got excited.
Wow.
I see you instantly opened your eyes. I instantly closed mine.
I instantly closed mine.
What does it mean if you're closing them?
if you close it, it keeps it more internal. You open your eyes, it projects your key out. You see, key can be like a laser beam, or it could be like an explosion too. Whatever way you want to make it. I did this exercise once years ago for an hour and a half. You know, like this. And you
Hour
kneel.
and a half?
Yeah, you kneel like this. I did it with my teacher, karate teacher, for an hour and a half. Of course, you know, my whole lower body from hips down fell asleep completely because you're kneeling. You're kneeling like this.
So it's like a form of meditation.
Yes, but I tell you, it takes some real strength. You know, after a while, just holding your arms up after an hour,
Right.
and you're, and see, you look right, you look up a little bit, so your hands got to be a little higher. So you want this upward angle, and you focus more on your fingertips, but you gaze, and you don't focus on an object. There's certain types of looks. Sometimes you focus, sometimes there's just a general look, and then gazing is different. Gazing is just not focusing. And with the samurai, they used to say, look at your opponent like you're gazing at a mountain in the distance.
I instantly looked at me. Am I your opponent?
What's that?
I'm talking to Leo over here. You did something to him. He's like on a whole different level right now. Look at his eyes.
Can you read my mind?
I feel like I don't need to. Your eyes are saying it all.
Yeah, he's in a theta state now.
Theta?
Beta.
Theta, yeah.
Isn't beta lower than alpha?
No, beta is the highest, 13 hertz cycles a second and above. Alpha is 7 to 12, and theta is 4 to 7. Delta is 1 to 4. Delta is deep sleep. And there's four stages.
Are we able through meditation to access those different levels?
Yes, right now. Very easy.
You don't
Did
meditate?
you access one of those levels?
What?
Do you meditate?
No.
Do you meditate?
I've tried it.
I love meditating.
Yeah.
Really?
great.
I didn't know that about you. Do you do the ones where you go like this?
Different hand poses, do different things.
Really?
That's you do it every day, Charles?
Not every day. Some days, like I wish I did it every day because I feel like it helps a lot, but I don't do it every day. No.
Yeah. But what kind of meditation? What do you focus on? Eyes open, eyes closed? Do you look
I eyes closed and just like breathing slowly into like it's because you're basically supposed to get where you're not thinking of anything.
Yes,
you
you're
know,
right.
but that's always super hard. I just try to I keep on trying not to think of anything. I don't know. And then I'll do like different, the different hand poses,
Yeah. Those are called mudras in Sanskrit, mudra, hand position. But see, Leo, he just hit a real key point. Our whole life, we're taught to think all the time. So just like he's saying, it's hard to stop your mind and have no thoughts come up. In Japanese, they call it mushin, empty mind, no thought. That's a skill to access in the first place.
Incredibly hard to do.
So what breathing technique would be good for anxiety or nervousness?
Or phobias.
Or phobias or
yeah.
Was all those for me?
Those are all like rhythm breathings, For example, just one real simple one is to breathe in your shoulders first, and then then stomach, and then lower here, and then out. But do the opposite. So you breathe in lower stomach, then chest. Push it down.
Oh,
push it down.
Wait,
Yeah.
so we're pushing our stomach
Charles,
out?
you're fucking me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
So push
Nothing-
down.
Start over again.
Not anything in your lungs right now. Breathe in lower abdomen, just your stomach comes out, and put your hands here, chest, and then shoulders. And then exhale. But out your nose, just nose, yeah. And you continue doing that, 5 to 10 times. That really circulates your breath through your body, your energy, and that helps calm you down and balance your breathing.
You know what?
Wait.
Go ahead, princess. Just
So when you're doing that breathing, how do you know you're sucking in the bottom of your stomach?
Put your hands on your lower stomach, and then when you breathe, you're not really air is going to your stomach, but air is going to your lower lungs, and that's pushing your stomach out. And you fill up your lower lungs.
Got it.
Yeah.
Did you jump?
Okay.
Yeah, I got scared.
Sorry, excuse our nervousness weirdo over here.
But
Okay.
what I was going to tell you is, what's meditation for me, a form of it,
Yeah.
was when I was training.
Yeah.
Because in order to be able to get through that, because think about this, in bodybuilding, which probably any discipline that's difficult, you're putting yourself in pain. You're walking yourself into fire every time. It's not normal.
No.
To put yourself into pain.
Right.
So how do you tolerate that? Besides repetition being the mother of skill,
Right.
I remember, because when I was going through some personal stuff, I was still training, and I always felt 100% better when I trained.
Yeah,
And it was just because it took me out of whatever state of mind that I was
exactly.
in.
Exactly.
You know, I was worried about stuff. I was going through a divorce or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And even though it was very difficult to get up and go train, I always felt better.
Yes.
It was like the best thing for me.
You know, for example, like in karate and formal, like Japanese karate, we line up. Everybody lines up by seniority and on their knees, right? And they bow first, and that's not just bowing to the dojo, to the senior who's teaching, but bowing to yourself, being humble to yourself. And then we do a thing that's called mokso. And then the senior say mokso, and you close your eyes. And then what the process, just like you're doing, is let go anything you're thinking about, anything you're focused on, anything you're worried about, and just focus on this practice or this training session and push yourself as hard as you can. So then you do it, just a minute or so, a couple minutes to do it. Some people can get in that state like a switch very quick. And then you train really hard, like you said, Leo. And then after we do another meditation and you feel great. Like now with this state of mind and state of body that you have, you can face all that stuff better in a more positive state, accomplished state. Like you said, you feel great. Then you apply that to the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Before intense acting scenes, we had to do breathing exercises.
Oh, really? Like
because
how?
you're an actor, right?
So what did you do?
So if it's anything like really emotional or like a kissing scene or something, we have this. She's a teacher, and she's been a director in like many things, and she'll come in and she'll just act like me and you have a really intense scene.
Yeah.
She'll pull both of us to the side, and we just do all these breathing exercises. And while we're breathing, she'll tell you how to breathe. And while she's doing it though, she'll go to like you, because we'll be like on kind of like in the same room but in opposite sides, and she'll be feeding you stuff of how to get into the mindset of what you need to get to while you're doing the breathing exercises,
Yeah.
And then the kissing one, she's with one and then the other, and then she keeps on bringing us closer and closer until we're doing breathing exercises, and then our hands touch and then our foreheads touch, just so like by the time you get to the kiss that you're totally like comfortable with that person.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird, but it works.
Interesting.
No, that's excellent the way you described that. Remember what I said when we talked about the firewalk?
Yeah.
We go down and write on a piece of paper all the negative things and all the positive things, and you write a piece and you throw it in the fire. That's all a preparation, like you said, to get in the right mental state to walk across.
Yeah. My question to you is, because it reminds me a lot of, I'm relating it to people in here that work out.
Mm-hmm.
Because you say that when you do your breathing, that you feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And yet you're not doing it every day.
That's like, I heard one of your videos. What was it? It was recently about why do people like not work out when they know it's
self-sabotage.
Mm-hmm.
By the way.
So I've never I don't hit it as hard as you guys do, but I like when I have certain roles, I will try to get more in shape, and I love it. And I feel better. Yeah. But I don't do it. I don't know, I think that's like a more normal human nature kind of thing, we like bad stuff for us. I don't know.
I know, because that's why I was asking. If it only takes like a few minutes
Mm-hmm.
to do, you would think that you'd have a few minutes, because the outcome is like, oh, I'm going to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we don't do it.
Yeah. But I mean, you're also asking people to like walk into the fire. Like when they come through that door, they know that it's going to be hard, it's gonna suck.
Well, but
I think a lot of people don't want
you're making
that.
my point, kind of, because he's not walking in the fire, but he's still not doing it every day.
Well, that's because he doesn't want to walk in the fire.
No,
he'll walk into it if he is motivated enough to walk into the fire when he has a role.
No.
Right? Yes.
He's not walking into the fire if he does his meditation. Is it walking in the fire when you meditate?
No, that's different.
Yeah. You're talking about something similar but different, because when you walk through this door, it's going to be hard, but you do feel better.
Yeah.
You're saying this is super easy and you will feel better. Why not?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We should analyze that. Are you a shrink too? It is. It's just so weird, the human condition, because if it makes me feel better, why wouldn't I do it? What turns me off a little bit, not off, but it just, I know how I am, is learning something new.
Mm-hmm.
Takes time.
Yes. Yeah.
And exactly. I don't know, I'm not motivated enough
for the time.
for
right?
the time.
Mike was just telling me, why don't you work out? Like, you like when you do it. And I'm like, I only like doing stuff that I see a result in 3 days. It has to be the same week. And if I don't see it, I'm like, I'm wasting my fucking time.
Yeah. So
Period.
did you have to, like, in your meditation, did you have to do it a while for you to get the benefit? Like,
I felt like the first week I felt better. You know what I mean? Even if it was 1%. Working out, you can work out hard for a week. You don't see one result. And I'm like, nope, forget it.
That makes sense.
that's funny that you say that, because actually, well, because the way you feel it in training is from the inside out.
You'll probably hate me, Leo. So if I need to lose, like, they're like, hey, you need to look skinny. I could either work out for 6 months. I just starve myself for like 2 weeks, and then I'm there.
Yeah.
You know, super easy, rarely an inconvenience.
But going back to how you feel this, it's in a different way. It's not external. The external part of it, in other words, how your body changes physically,
Right.
comes after what's going on the inside. So my question to you, I'm wondering, is maybe you're not really aware of.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't know what's
You know what I
going
mean?
on. Yeah,
because that's where it happens first.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
And that's, and at least in training, I don't know about what we're talking about here. That's where people get, you know, they get run off because they want immediate results right now.
Right.
We're in that kind of a society anyway, but would you say that's true? I mean, culturally.
Oh, yes.
Do you think our society compared to like a Japanese or, you know, that society, do they see things different that way? Are they more patient culture than we are?
Yeah, way more patient, completely.
So then I would imagine that they probably grow up with this in their life sooner than we do. Is that right?
Yes, totally. I mean, that's why, like you're saying, most treadmills end up being a clothes hanger after 2 weeks.
Say again?
Most treadmills and exercise machines end up being a clothes hanger.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They get it, they get on it, and just like Charles saying, they don't feel like it's happening fast enough. They get bored with it, or they get distracted, and they start hanging clothes on it instead.
What about the, you know, one of the things that happens with exercise, pretty immediate, is that chemical reaction. I always forget now what that is called. What is it called? The chemical response that you get. It's real.
Oh, like this.
Runner's high.
Yeah, like endorphins stuff.
Endorphin kick.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. And did you ever get that when you were working out? Did you ever get to that point where you're like, for me, it's euphoric.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? Like a high feeling?
A high feeling.
Yeah, high feeling.
Not
Yeah.
like
It's
a
endorphins.
literal-
It's chemical in your body. It's an endorphin.
I don't think I ever got that.
They call that runner's high.
From
You've heard of that though, haven't you? Yeah, I get that all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever got it from. And I love running. I could run like all day. Love running. No, but I never felt like, no, not like that. I get it from other things. Or like, you know, not working. No.
Endorphins? Yeah.
That's just because he hasn't worked out right.
Did you say like right or right?
Right. As in like
Right?
the right way or the wrong way.
He hasn't worked out, right?
No. As in the right
he hasn't
way
worked
or
out,
the
right?
wrong way.
Mhm.
You
Like,
take that in
He
different
needs
ways.
to train
I
with
feel
you.
better, but I don't feel high. It's not like I just smoked some good weed or
No,
did
you
some.
don't feel like literally.
No, but
high.
I've been filming an episode before where I know I like nailed the fuck out of that
Yeah.
scene and I feel high. Or I've done
That's
tricks.
that kick.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've won competition skating where I'm
Yeah.
like on top of the world.
Yeah.
Music, but never working out. No, I'm just like, oh god.
Tom, I have a question for you, and I wonder if this is a form of
Schizophrenia or?
yeah, that too. Like before I do an event, any kind of event, it can be speaking, it can be a game. I play that scenario in my mind
Ahead of time. Yes.
Is that a form of like chi or kai or what you're talking about?
Not really, you know, it's just, it's more the mental part to visualize, imagine that you already did this and you did it very positively and successfully and with self-confidence and strength. So then you're more apt to, when you do it, you're more apt to duplicate that. I mean, look at like, you know, when they did that old test with different teams, some played basketball, some played basketball and visualized, and then some just visualized and didn't play. And the ones that visualized doing it, when they played just as good as the ones that were playing basketball.
That's kind of interesting that way.
Yeah. So, like if you're a boxer or whatever, or karate, imagine you already won. You already beat this opponent ahead of time.
Okay, so when you're wanting to make improve an athletic performance,
Mm-hmm.
okay, let's say for an athlete, then how do you use chi or this meditation that you're talking about? That's what it's called, compared to what I was doing before game, visualizing. How does that differ, or is it integrated?
Integrated. So, like working out, I use breathing too, but I would always try to use my chi to make my workout or rep or exercise more intense by going, whether it's a bench or curl, going breathing that way. Sometimes I know real heavy weight, you have to go,
Yeah.
And that explosiveness too.
Yeah.
But for the not so real intense stuff, use chi. And I used to, when I was young in 20s, I used to do a lot of arm wrestling, and not competitively, but more in like clubs and bars. And I had a friend of mine acted like my agent, and you get these big guys that would, like 220 pounds, huge arms and everything. And as you know, arm wrestling isn't just your bicep, tricep, it's that brachialis muscle, in between that goes like this. And then, 50% is a forearm and wrist, that kind of strength. But I made like an arm wrestling machine, got a picnic bench with a board and pulley, and then dropped the weights and I'd handle. And I'd work on it like you would weight training 3 times a week, both arms. So I'd work on the physical part, but I try to use my chi, make it very explosive. That first movement, like you would in weight training, when you go with that first movement, you can take the advantage or lose the advantage in that first split second right there. And using chi gave me a better example, I think.
Yeah. I think fear is a powerful motivator, because you're talking about arm wrestling.
Yeah.
I was in Bulgaria, and I was with another guy that was from the States.
Yeah.
We go to this. In fact, they took us up there and they said, we can't come and get you. This is the cabs. They said, we can take you up. You'll have to find your way home. And it was about a half hour away from the hotel. So we went up there. Well, the next thing you know, we're in this bar partying with the Bulgarians. And of course they know that we're Americans and they're interested.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the guy that I was with started doing what you're talking about. He said, hey, you want to arm wrestle this guy? Pointing to me.
Oh.
I was like arm wrestling all these Bulgarians.
Oh my God.
And I don't arm wrestle.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to lose.
Yeah.
And there's a certain amount of fear there because I didn't want to lose. And I was also afraid because it was getting pretty rowdy.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if I should keep winning.
Yeah.
Because I thought I might get killed right there,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I was winning money.
I've seen too many YouTube videos now of people breaking.
Ooh, I know. That's gross.
And
they break.
I don't need.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Okay, so do you use different kinds of? Now you're basically showing the same kind of breathing, unless I missed something.
Okay.
So
No.
Tell us for different applications. What do you do?
Okay. It's called rhythm breathing, and you can create almost any kind of rhythm breathe. So there's an inhale, there's holding it, and an exhale, and then another phase is how long you hold it out where there's no air. So a basic one is you breathe in 2 counts, you hold it 4 counts, and exhale 8 counts.
Okay, breathe in 2 counts.
Like 2, yeah.
Hold it for 4,
blow it out.
breathe out in 8. Is that right?
Yes.
So through the nose?
Yeah.
Out the mouth?
No, just nose.
Through the nose? Out the nose?
Out the nose.
Through the nose? Out your ass.